Hello and welcome once again to LLB with Fatah Khan. Hi, I'm Fatah Khan, your host for this podcast, LLB with Fatah Khan. And I'm also a TEDx speaker and a best-selling author and a mid-career transformation coach, helping mid-career professionals to transform into legendary leaders. And LLB with Fatah Khan stands for Legendary Leadership Bytes with Fatah Khan. The reason I started this initiative is because after working for 17 years in the corporate world, and in that especially like 7+ years in the leadership roles, I realized leadership is tough if you don't do it in the right way, and it does not only affect the person but it also affects the teams and also the organization. And that's where I realized there is a huge demand for leaders, and a lot of people, like when they are in the leadership roles, they miss to understand what are the things to do, what are the things not to do. And with my experience and also with the passion that I was able to explore and find out, where I could see that my passion and my purpose is to help mid career professionals to transform into legendary leaders, I started working on my passion. And this is one of my initiative, LLB with Fatah Khan, where I'm going to share legendary leadership bites. And today we are going to talk on one of the very powerful and interesting topic, which is how to lead with optimism. Now we know as leaders, if you have to bring success to your teams and organization, you have to be optimistic. What does optimism means? Optimism, we know in simple words, it's the belief that the future is going to be bright, right? That is optimism. And optimistic leaders can not only help the teams to grow and get success, but they can also create a huge success for their organization, because optimism will serve as a powerful catalyst for inspiration, resilience, and team motivation. And if you are able to do that, think of it. If you are able to motivate and inspire your teams to work together towards a common mission, your team will also be able to contribute, and together you can contribute in a big ways to the organization. So, how do you do that? Right? Today, I'm going to cover 7 key things that can help you to lead with optimism. Optimism, right? What is it? Number one, cultivate a positive mindset. Now, before you want to change the world, change yourself. As a leader, you need to have a positive mindset. You need to have a growth mindset. You need to be positive about anything that comes. Of course, there might be challenges, right? There might be problems, but as a leader, you need to believe, you need to have positive mindset. I still recall, right, the memories from 1983 World Cup. The captain of the Indian team was so optimistic and positive that we are going to make it big, that we are going to win. And his optimism, his positive mindset actually started spreading in the entire team. And when the team was able to believe that it can do it, they went ahead and made it happen. And India won the World Cup in cricket. So this was all because one person was positive and he believed this can happen. And when that leader believed this can happen, the entire team believed this can happen. And with that positive mindset, they were able to accomplish the results for themselves. So the first step is cultivating a positive mindset for yourself. What is next thing? Second step is effective communication of vision. Now we know all great leaders are visionaries. Now, but then it's very important for you to be able to articulate that vision, right, and communicate the vision in an efficient way, in an effective way, if you want your teams to follow and to become a part of your shared goal and vision. And that's why effective communication of vision is very crucial for you as a leader if you want to lead with optimism. Because if you are able to like effectively communicate, think of it as a leader, if you cannot clearly articulate or communicate your message about your vision, about your mission, where the team is going ahead, right? What is the big goal? How are we going to achieve it? Over how many periods, how many years of time? What is the milestone? If you as a leader are not able to articulate, then the team can never be guided and the team will not be ready to follow you. Maybe for certain time they may stay with you because you are paying them more, or you are able to show the growth. But until and unless you are not able to articulate the vision and the mission, right, that's where communication comes as a key for any leader. So step number two is effective communication of vision. What is number three? Right, the number three is celebrate achievements, whether they are big or small. Now, a lot of leaders miss this point. What they actually do is, if there is a big project, right, they wait till the end of the project, till the client has appreciated them and they have got the acknowledgement and appreciation from the client. They wait for that much. And many a times we see the projects are really like long term projects, especially when we look at it, they are like 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, and the entire project goal, right, might not be accomplished in say 3 months or 6 months. So what the leaders do is they wait for this entire project to be accomplished, for the bigger projects, for the deliverables of the projects, and the entire thing. When they're waiting for the end results, that's when the team will not feel motivated. But if you are starting to celebrate the smaller and the big wins, whether it's your milestones of your project or whether it's certain deliverables of your customers which have been delivered, if you are able to celebrate these things with the team members, right, that's when it will help the teams to stay motivated and to stay engaged and to stay inspired by the vision and the big goal or the results that they are looking for. But then if you are just waiting for that end goal to achieve, for the end thing to reach, right, the end result, then the team may not be motivated. Of course, I'm not saying that every day make it as a celebration. No, no, no. If you are making everyday celebration, then when is the team going to work? And you need to make them realize also that these are the milestones. Only when the milestones are achieved, you celebrate. But do not forget to celebrate that milestones, because when you celebrate the milestones, again you are giving a positive signal to your brain that hey, we are able to accomplish this as a team. And when the team is happy and feels great about it, they feel more motivated to do more things. So that's number 3: celebrate achievements, both big and small, right? And then the fourth one is empower and trust your team. Now, trust is the foundation for any team member to work with you, to stay aligned with your mission, or to generate great results. They should feel trusted. And don't expect trust from the team. Like, don't expect the team should trust me. As a leader, you need to make the team trust you first. How will the team trust you? When you are fair in your decisions, when you actually always operate from the place of trust. Because I've seen some leaders, even when they are delegating, they don't believe in the team members, or when they have to give certain responsibilities or whatever, they start from the place of fear, they start from the place of doubt. So when you start from the place of fear or doubt, what kind of results would you achieve? If you're doubting some person and giving certain responsibilities to that person, versus you trust that person, you put your faith in that person and you say, hey man, come on, you can do it and I'm with you, right? As a leader, when you actually trust your team member and you give them the power and the courage, they will be able to deliver much better than when you are starting from the place of fear or doubt, right, or questioning. That does not work. So that's number 4, which is empower and trust your team. What is number 5? Number 5 is a crucial thing which is important for you as a leader. What is that? It is lead by example. Lead by example. Because if you're just talking, there are so many Gyani Babas in today's world, right? Information is easily available everywhere. So anyone and everyone can start giving Gyan. But just giving gyan, will that motivate? Right? If you are just giving great knowledge and then you are just talking great things and then you are like making them motivated or making them feel good, will that alone help? No. You need to lead with example. How do you lead with example? Is anything that you are doing, your team should see you as a hero, as an example, as an inspiration, right? Especially in resilience time. This is the time for you to show leadership. When certain project has failed or certain milestone was not deliverable, or certain things which have come as a roadblock or a challenge, right, team is looking up to you. How do you behave when there are challenges, or when there is like resilience time, right? How do you behave during that? Whether you step back or you step forward, right? That is what is the leading by example. Because you need to lead by example, because only when teams see you as a leader who is an example, who is like the who is the one who is the tone setter, or who is the one who is actually like setting examples, then they would believe more in you, and they will always be ready to contribute in the bigger version and your bigger vision actually, right? And then the sixth one is encourage open communication. Now, as a leader, you need to create a culture. It is your responsibility. A lot of people say, hey, it is the organization responsibility, it is people's responsibility. Yes, of course, it is something which is responsibility of each and every individual as well. But as a leader, right, people are following you. You go right, people will go right. You go left, people will go left. Right? You have to think this way. And if you are not ready for open communication, right, if you are not creating that channel, right, then people will not be ready to do that, because they will see a leader itself is not openly communicating, or not being fair, or not even being transparent. How do you actually expect your team members to do that? Right? So as a leader, you need to encourage open communication. When it is open communication, it is also about feedback. Right? You need to create an open and transparent communication culture across the organization. Whether there is a decision that is made, right, that needs to be transparently communicated. Like if you have given certain opportunity to certain team member, or certain person has been promoted, it has to be a fair decision, and there should be open communication around this. Right? When you have open communication culture, then your team will keep growing and people will stay with you for longer run. Whereas when you are closed in your communication, and you don't provide that atmosphere and environment, and you're not creating that kind of culture, then you will see people quitting. Then you will see challenges where you are like, hey, people are making a lot of money from here, people have been earning, we have been paying heavy to these team members, but still why people are leaving? Right? People don't leave, as it said, people don't leave organizations, people leave bosses. And if you are not a great leader, then think of it, right? Are you a horrible boss? Right? Because something that is actually um, going down ways, maybe because certain things you are doing which your team members are not inspired, or don't like it, or don't see it as fair. So it is very important as a leader for you to encourage and create an open culture. So encourage open communication all the time. And then comes number 7. What is number 7? Provide growth opportunities. Because each and every individual in your team is working because they want to grow. Right? Everyone is in the profession because everyone wants to grow. So you need to provide growth opportunities. What kind of growth opportunities? You can provide trainings to these people, right? Any trainings or programs that can help them. You need to provide the right guidance to these people in terms of how they can grow. You need to actually provide the right kind of feedback to these people so that they can grow. And you need to actually see how you can create more growth opportunities, especially like delegating tasks is like providing opportunities for them to grow. Trainings, opportunities for them to grow. Coaching, as a leader, you also need to be a great coach so that you can coach them in the right ways. Right? It's an opportunity to grow. So a lot of these things that you do are opportunities for them to grow. But one thing for them as an opportunity for them to grow is also where you need to actually support them in the system. If they are learning something and they are doing mistakes, it's your responsibility to give them feedback. You might be good with them and make them happy, but will that help them to grow? Maybe to a certain extent, but after that they will fall. But what if you are able to like give them certain trainings or coachings, and you actually continuously help them in that growth phase, and you are also giving them the feedback, the right feedback, the true feedback, so that they can actually understand what is missing in them, so that start working on them and they can grow. Right? So that is how you actually help people, by providing growth opportunities. And I want to give you a point number 8, which is a bonus point, which is maintain a healthy work life balance. Actually, as a leader, you are also responsible for your team to maintain that healthy work life balance. Because think of it, you are calling meetings at odd times, you are actually having dragging meetings where they are like hours together, where it is not making any sense, which is like maybe like 50% of that is work, or even like less than 50% is work discussion, and then you are discussing many other things where you are dragging the meetings for hours together, which is not efficient way. Then the team will not feel like growing, because everyone, right, when they are working in their profession, they want to earn and they want to grow, of course, but they also want to have a healthy work life balance. Right? They want to spend some good time with their family members, they want to have some good me time for themselves, they want to actually go ahead and eat at the right times. They want to actually sleep at the right time. So it is your responsibility as a leader to help them also ensure that they are not getting into the trap of growing by just putting a lot of burden and stress on themselves and not being able to balance their work and life, right? So this is where you create the opportunity for them. You help them in terms of creating a work life balance by ensuring you're not having any unnecessary meetings, you're not having like any task or activities at the wrong times, wrong days. Make sure you encourage them to take vacation time off, right? Go out with their families, especially during holiday seasons. Encourage them. So when you do all of these, think of this: when they take a vacation or a time off, their productivity will not go down. Once they come back, you will see their productivity will go up. So you need to help the team members to also have a healthy work life balance. So when you are able to do these 8 things that I shared, you will be able to help people to stay optimistic. And more than that, you will be able to lead with optimism so that you can get the best results for your organization. With that, I just want to quickly summarize all those 8 steps once again to how to lead with optimism. Number one, cultivate a positive mindset. Number two, effective communication of vision. Number three, celebrate achievements, whether they are big or small. Number four, empower and trust your team. Number five, lead by example. Number six is encourage open communication. And number seven, provide growth opportunities. Number eight, and the last one is maintain a healthy work life balance. I hope these pointers can help you to lead with optimism, because as a leader, if you are able to lead with optimism, you are actually able to not only help your teams grow, but your organization grow and get huge success for your organization. So, wish you all the luck for leading with optimism and then creating a huge impact in your organization and also in people's lives. Thank you so much for listening to me. See you soon on the next episode of Legendary Leadership Bytes.